Welcome everybody, it's Matt from cleverleverage.com again with this week's featured tutorial. This week we're going to build a bootstrap daycare website for anybody who wants to start a preschool, a child aftercare, maybe a babysitting business, something like that. We're going to use free WordPress CMS. We're not going to buy a premium theme, so while it might not be super polished, like a franchise daycare website, it's at least something for you to get started. You can get your clients going, and then later you can come back and we'll do a premium tutorial on how to upgrade it. But this is perfect. It's plenty good enough. We'll go through how to set up featured images for a nice looking homepage, and anybody can do this with no computer experience. Let's switch over to my screen and jump right in. This is the website that we're going to build today. You can see a live demo if you want to take a look at it first on daycare.cleverwebsitebuilder.com. In the tutorial, I show you how to either use a text logo if you don't have a logo. You can change this text to anything you want, or upload a logo that matches your business cards if you do have one. It's very easy. I cover all the steps to change the contact information. Obviously, this is dummy stuff. This is not a real daycare. It's a mock-up to show you how to do this for yourself. I also show you how to change the color scheme, how to change all of this text in just a few clicks, how to change these featured slider images. We go over how to set up this menu, how to reorder it if you'd like to, how to change the individual pages, how to embed images, how to set up your sidebar and link your social media accounts, how to set up a blog in case you want to update your facilities featured, I don't know, if you have classes or if you want to do like a featured children of the month club type of thing. I also go through how to set up a contact page to have a nice professional contact form. And all of this can be done in less than an hour with no computer experience. So let's dive right in. All right. Welcome everybody. I'm Matt Justice from cleverleverage.com. I'm going to walk you through how to set up your first website or blog. Anytime you want to set up your first website or blog, the first step is always to register your domain name and set up your hosting account. And I'm going to show you how to do that now in step 1. The company I recommend most for this, or for all beginners rather, is Bluehost, and I'm going to show you how to get a little discount. If you just go to my blog, cleverleverage.com, if I can type it out here. The company I recommend most for all beginners really is Bluehost, and that's for 2 reasons. For one, they make it really easy to set up your domain name and automatically have your hosting account synced up with that, so you don't have to learn how to do it. It can be kind of cumbersome for somebody who's inexperienced, but the main reason that I recommend them is because their phone support is simply the best in the industry in this price range. There's no other company where you can spend less than $5 bucks a month on web hosting and have native English speaking support techs answer the phone, not be on hold for more than 2 minutes. Anytime I've ever called, they're always quick to answer my questions. So if you go to my blog, cleverleverage.com, and in the top right hand search bar, or the top right hand corner of your screen, there's a little search box. Just put in Bluehost coupon. And let me show you exactly what this is. Click on the 2016 Bluehost discount coupon code, the little dog. Then it'll take you to a page. I am an affiliate for Bluehost, so I do get referral credit if you sign up through any of my links. But the main reason that this page is here, I want to show you, they often send us affiliates like weekend promos. So for example, last Memorial Day, which is this past weekend, they sent us a promo where you can get 12 months of hosting for $2.95 a month instead of $3.95. So that saves you 10 or 15 bucks, and then you also get the domain name for free. But the trouble is sometimes these links need to get swapped out just for these particular promos, and I needed a common place for you guys to find those. So I put them on this page, and then this blue button here, I'll commonly swap this link out for whatever the best deal is. So if you click on this, that'll automatically take you to Bluehost and apply the coupon code. So the $2.95 promo is over from the weekend, but the $3.95 is still on. Sometimes this changes from like $2 or $3, but it's always under $5 a month for 12 months or more. So if you just click on Get Started Now, that'll take you to this, and I want to run through what the options are. Most people go for the basic plan. The biggest difference is if you want to have more than one domain name in the next month or two, like if you wanted to have 2 websites, you'd need to go for the Plus plan because the basic plan only allows you to set up 1 website. So if you want 2 or more, go for the Plus plan. But if you just want 1, the basic is fine. I'm going to select the basic for now, and I want to go through a couple of other options. I'm just going to put in a dummy domain here because I already have my account. We're just going to put Bob's Roofing by Matt which is just some generic throwaway domain name. Click on next and it's going to make sure that the domain name is available. Also, I forgot to tell you, if you need help figuring out a domain name or you want to use a domain name generator, if you go to my blog again at cleverleverage.com, type in the search box, how to start a blog. There's going to be a tutorial guide here. The URL is how to and then start a blog if you wanted to type it in manually. But basically, if you scroll down a little bit past the video, click on step 1. There's a bunch of stuff in here. There's tons of domain name generators if you want help picking out a domain name or if you need ideas. But we'll just assume that you already know what yours is going to be. So back on the Bluehost screen, Bob's Roofing by Matt, which is my dummy name, is already available. The next few things are pretty self-explanatory. Just enter your information in here. Make sure and use an email address that you have access to, because they will send you a welcome email that I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like and what to do in the next step. Here they also give a little bit of pricing discount if you want to do 36 months, 24 months, 12 months. With the coupon code that I showed you on the 40% off page, all of these are going to be cheaper than what I pay. I pay $7.99 a month for my Bluehost account. And that was the cheapest deal that they had at the time. That's why I set up the coupon page. But I want to talk to you I want to tell you about a couple things here, because most of this stuff you don't need. Site Lock you don't need, which is just a security feature, but it's not necessary. Site Backup Pro you don't need. I'll show you how to back up your website for free. Domain privacy protection is the only thing that some of you might want, and I want to show you what the difference is. If you click on more information, this is basically what happens. There's a public listing that has your registration information on it. So if you have a PO box or you use like a UPS box or something like that, anything other than your house, you don't really need to buy this. But if you do use your home address to register the domain name, you might want to buy the Bluehost privacy. That's just so that stuff is invisible and so people can't see that, and that's 99 cents extra. So I'll let you make that call. That's pretty much the only thing out of this list that you need. Next step is just enter your credit card information and check this box and then hit submit. Once you do that, it'll take probably about 5 minutes, maybe 15 at the most, and you will get a welcome email from Bluehost, and it looks exactly like this. So when you first sign up for your account, you'll get a welcome email that has all of your account information in it. Obviously it blurs out the password and things like that, but what you need is this button right here that says Get Started. So if you click on that, once you do receive the welcome email, it'll take you to your Bluehost account login page, and then I already have mine set up and I use a handy dandy password remembering plugin for Firefox called LastPass. So I'll just log into my account and yours will look exactly the same. Just use the email address or the username and the password that you used when you set up the account. Oh, come on, don't show me these pop-ups. Okay, so now your domain name is registered and your web hosting account is set up. And for these new blogs and for whatever tutorial you happen to be watching, we're going to use WordPress to make your website. It's very, very simple and it's easy to use and it's very well supported, and it's also a free content management system. So if you go to hosting, I just want to make sure that everyone's on the same page. Sometimes they change where the login screen redirects to. So if you just click on the hosting page, oh come on with the pop-ups, and then scroll down to website and then just click on install WordPress. I'm going to walk you through step 2, which is setting up your web hosting account and installing your CMS or your content management system. And for that, like I said before, we're going to use WordPress. So they have a free auto installer so that you don't have to learn how to do it yourself. So we're going to install WordPress here and just click on install. Now I've already done this for my primary domain, so I'm going to use a test subdomain just to show you, exactly all of the steps and not leave anything out. What you're going to do is select should be the only domain within this drop-down box. So like my dummy domain was Matt's Roofing or Bob's Roofing by Matt or something like that. Whatever domain name you have should show right here. Just click on it and it's going to check the domain. What it's doing right now is making sure that the domain name is pointed at the web hosting account so that when we install your CMS, everything is ready to go and it all works right out of the box. You should look or your screen should look exactly like this. Click on these tabs right here, show advanced options, and then go ahead and click or check this box. I've read the terms and conditions. So I would recommend changing this. The site title, mine was going to be Bob's Roofing by Matt. And then my admin username, I'm just going to do Matt. You can change this to whatever you want. And then you can also change the password to whatever you want, but I recommend you leave it computer generated so that it's safe and secure. But what you want to do is highlight it, right click, and copy, because you're going to need this again. And then now just go ahead and click Install Now. And this is going to take a few minutes. And if you scroll all the way up, you should have a notification or a status bar up here. And usually once the process starts, it'll turn orange. Or I'm sorry, once it's completed, it'll turn orange. Right now it's blue. If you want to see what's going on, you can click the little drop-down box that says View Details. So right now it's queuing the WordPress files to be installed on your web hosting account, and we just kind of have to sit back and wait for it to do its thing. Usually this doesn't take more than 2 minutes or so. It just depends. All right, that didn't take long at all. So like I said, it does turn orange when it's complete, and you just want to click this box that says View Credentials. And scroll down a little bit. And right here where it says Alert, your WordPress install has finished, you want to click on View to see the credentials, and then it will take you to a page where you have your admin URL, the username, and the password. What you'll want to do is click on the admin URL, and it should open in a new tab the login screen for your default WordPress installation. Uh-oh, it's automatically trying to log me in. My LastPass stores all the username and passwords, and it tries to log me in. I do so many of these tutorials, it's hard for me to keep track of them. So what you'll want to do is use this username and this password to log into this screen. And I want you to note that the actual tutorial that you're going to see today for example, if we're doing a daycare website tutorial, it's going to be daycare.cleverwebsitebuilder.com, or if we did one for a contractor, it would be like construction.cleverwebsitebuilder.com. It's not going to be the same URL as yours because I do hundreds of these tutorials and we have to have a common place to keep them. So step 1 is complete, and now I'm going to show you how to customize and configure your WordPress installation. Go ahead and enter in your username and your password like I showed you here on this login screen. Whoops. All right, if I can get the login details right, we'll get logged in here. So go ahead and click Login. And now you should see the exact same screen that I have, maybe a couple of differences. The only thing that's going to be different is you probably have a couple of pop-ups at the top of your screen. I've already went ahead and disabled those, but let me show you how to get rid of that annoying stuff right now. Go ahead and go to Plugins, and then bulk select all of these. Just check this box that selects all of them. From the drop-down menu, go ahead and click Delete, and then click Apply, and then select Yes, delete these files. That should take care of all the pop-ups that are up there. The other thing that we want to do is go ahead and configure WordPress right out of the box to stop sending you annoying notifications via email. So next what we're going to do is go to Settings, and then right on the left-hand side of your bar here, go to Discussion. There's a couple things that we want to turn off. One of the things is we don't want to be emailed anytime anyone tries to post a comment if you happen to have a blog or an article section of your website. So turn these both off, and then make sure both of these are checked. That'll make sure that you cut down on spam, because there's a lot of spam bots out there that try to post to different websites. I go ahead and check these also, which automatically shuts that stuff off. I just don't like annoying emails. Click on Save Changes at the bottom. Next, we're going to go to Permalinks. This is basically just an overview of how to set up your website. A lot of times, numeric or month and name will be selected. You want to select post name, and all this does is give you clean, pretty permalinks instead of like yourwebsite.com/page equals whatever. So go ahead and select post name, and then click on Save Changes. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and see what the front end of the website looks like. If you just hover over this and click on Visit Site, it'll take you to the front end. For the purposes of this tutorial, I don't want this to skew your judgment of what the site looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this admin bar off, because when people are not logged in as an administrator to your website, they won't see this. So if we go in here and we go to users, we click on your username. That's me, by the way. Hello. And right here where you see toolbar, uncheck this box, scroll down and click on update profile. Now if we go back to the front end of the website and refresh, we no longer get that bar. Now this is what the default install looks like, and I'm going to show you how to change this in just a minute, but we want to get rid of this dummy content like these hello world posts and all this stuff, because we won't need those. So if we go back to the dashboard, click on posts, and right under this, just hover over that and click on trash. It will automatically delete that post. Now we're going to do the same thing under pages. Go to pages, click on trash, and it will delete that. The next thing that we're going to do is go to appearance. I'm going to show you how to change the look and feel of your website with just a couple of clicks. So right here, basically this is what our site looks like right now. It's just black and white. It's a standard default install. Just by selecting a different theme, we can dramatically change the look and the feel of the website with no coding experience necessary. Now I have a specific theme picked out for this tutorial. For example, today, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes our demo sites are on different subdomains to match the theme of whatever it is. So today's tutorial is on a daycare website. Tomorrow we might have one for a contractor or construction, and it would be like contractor.cleverwebsitebuilder.com. So I keep a list of all of those live demo URLs on Clever Leverage. So if you find in the YouTube description, if you find the link to the page, all this stuff will be available to you in one easy to find location. So for today's daycare or childcare website, we're going to use a theme called kindergarten. So what I want you to do is click on this search themes box right here and just start typing in kinder, and it should start to pop up. If it doesn't for you, go ahead and type out the whole thing, kindergarten, and hit enter. And it's going to show you a green looking theme right here. What we want to do is hover your mouse over that and click on install. Once it installs the package, we want to click on activate. And just to show you how easy it is to change the look and the feel of the website, I'm just going to go back to the front end before we even do anything and click refresh. And now all of a sudden the site looks like this. All the information is the same, but it has a great look and feel if you want to build a childcare website, a daycare website, something for a preschool. This is very easy that anybody can do. And I've selected this theme so that it lays out the contact information like the address and the phone number and everything else in all the right places, so you don't have to worry about having any coding experience to do that or anything of that nature. Let's go back to the back end and let's start playing around with it. Let's go to theme options. And the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and change the address. So for instance, wherever the address of your childcare location is, you'll want to start entering that in here. And you can format this however you'd like. It's very easy to change. I just want to show you how it works. Type something in there and go ahead and click on Save Options. Go back to the front end and refresh. You don't have to do this. You can just watch. See, it automatically updated the address here, which is super easy to do. Next, what we want to do is change our email. So it would be like contact at whatever your domain name is, or contact at, Clara's Preschool Care or something, whatever. And then also put your phone number in. Whoops. And click on Save Options. Go ahead and refresh. And you can see it was that simple to change the contact details here. You can have a little search bar if you would like. That can make people, like if you have a blog or something like that, but we'll cover this in a future step. I want to make sure that you're good to go and get everything set up so that you look nice and clean right away. This whole thing should take less than an hour and you'll have a pretty good looking website. I have some images and stuff that I got from a free stock photo website that we're going to upload here. If you have a logo ready to go, you can upload it here. For instance, I don't have one that's ready, but just to show you how it works, go to Images, go to Logo, If I uploaded my logo, just click on upload and then click select, and then scroll down and click on save options. Go to refresh. Hello? Doesn't like me. Oh, I'm sorry. You have to select header logo only. Then click on save options, and it will show your logo. Now, obviously, this isn't the right size, and it's not proportionate and everything else. Plus, it doesn't really match our theme. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I want to remove the logo and just want to show header text. And click on save options. If you want to change what header text is displayed, I'll show you how to do that really quick. Go to settings and then click on general. Right here for the site title, it's called Matt's Childcare. Let's just change this to Matt's Daycare. And I don't know if daycare is supposed to be one word or two, but we're going to leave it like that just so you can see the change. Click on Save Changes. Go back to the front end, refresh, and now it's Matt's Daycare. So you could change this to whatever you want. You can upload a logo. You can change this icon right here. I didn't show you that. It's very easy to change the icon. All you do is change this icon name. Go to this URL and see all the different ones that they have. I mean, there's literally like thousands and thousands of them. And all you do is copy and paste the name and change the one that's listed here. It's already set for childcare, so I like that. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Next, let's go to the design. If you wanted to change the color, I'm going to make note of what this is. But if you wanted to change the color and say go to red, click on Save Options, and then the entire website theme is now changed to red instead of the orange. I'm going to leave it the way it is because I like the color, the default color, but you might want to use pink or something that's more girly, or I'm sure that you have a better eye for which colors you want your business stuff to be, and probably you want it to match your business cards and everything else. But it's pretty cool. I mean, you can select the exact color code. You can pretty much change everything very easily right here in the theme options. Let's go to additional. Okay, favicons are right here. So when you're looking at a website on a web browser, you see this little eye right here. You can customize this to be a particular shape, or you could make it a star or whatever you wanted. I don't typically do this very often, but you can activate the favicon and upload whatever file you want right here. And just click on Save Options and it will change. We're going to leave it as is because it's so small, like hardly anybody notices it. Usually it's a check mark for e-commerce stores so that you know that it's secure and things like that. But for small business websites, it's really not critical. The one thing that I do want to go over is the slider. So the slider are these featured images here. And I have a couple of these that I got from a free, I got these from a free stock photo website that I'll show you in a second. So it's Daycare, and these are 1280 by 500. I don't know if those are the right size, but that's the size that I'm working with. The place that I got them from was Pixabay. So I don't run a daycare, but you probably have pictures of your own kids or from friends' kids, or if you do any sort of childcare and you have a facility or whatever, you probably have photos that you want to use, but I didn't. So I just came in here and got some cute kid photos and resized them a little bit so that they weren't square, they're more rectangular. So this is pretty much what I have to work with. You can see it's the same ones that are here. You can also buy, if you go to, let's see, where's this going to be? So for all these tutorials, I always put a page on Clever Leverage that houses all of the stuff. So if you just go to the search box and put how to and then daycare website, if I spell it right, I didn't spell daycare correctly. If you just put how to daycare website, you click on this. Obviously the page isn't finished because I'm making the video right now, but what you'll end up with is a place where you can find all of the resources used. It'll look something like this. Another place that you can get stock photos that are a lot better quality than the Pixabay is the deposit photos. And this is a free stock, or not free, this is a paid stock photo site that I buy all my stock photos from, and they just have a lot better options. If you type in childcare or something like that. They'll have a ton of pictures of like kids playing and things like that. A lot of businesses buy these because they're only a couple bucks each to purchase, because that way they don't have to worry about any parents getting upset that they feature their kids on the website, or getting like the release papers to use, you know, other people's faces on any of their marketing material. Like say you ran an ad in the Yellow Pages. So it's a lot safer to go this way, and I use deposit photos. And there will be a link to all the resources just like this as soon as I get done with the tutorial. You'll be able to find it in the YouTube subscription or description, sorry, or you can just go to cleverleverage.com like I just showed you and search. Just put how to daycare website. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of these photos because they don't really match our theme. I want to upload a whole bunch of these. So we're just going to go to the folder, and I want to do all 6 at one time, so we'll just click select all and then drag them onto the upload screen. And if you give it just a minute, those will upload one right after the other. You don't have to do anything else. So our first slider, I want to be this one. So we'll put the checkbox on the first one and click select. And then if you want to enter a title, you can right here. I'll just put first welcome title so that you'll be able to identify the place that you see it on. And then I'll put first slider description because I want you to see where this is placed. So just scroll down, click on Save Options. We'll go back to the front end and refresh. And now you see the slider that I uploaded. You'll also see the title and the description. You can change this to whatever you want. This is just text that was on the image. So it's welcome to Your Biz Childcare. I like using these because you don't have to edit any of the images. You could easily do like get your first week free and then ask us about after school care. I'm just making this up. You know, I don't know. You know the childcare business better than I do. I'm just the web guy. So you can do that. You can do all kinds of cool things. We're not going to spend too much time on this. I just want to show you how it works. It's very self-explanatory. Once I show you once, you'll be able to do it over and over again. So just click on upload and let's go to the next image. Just click on select. And then I'm not going to put anything in here. You know how this works now. I am going to change a couple of these. Click on upload. Click on this. Whatever image you want. Click on select. And then that's good enough. We'll just click Save Changes or save, go back to the front end and refresh. And now we have a cool looking slider, and these should be pictures of either stock photos that you buy or pictures of your facility or whatever is appropriate. So now that you know how to do that, the next thing that we're going to do is go to Services. So if you want to deactivate the services, just click that box. Go Save Options, refresh, and now this whole services area is gone. In my opinion, you want to use this. Makes it very easy to display what you do. Check the box, click Save Options, and those will appear again. So our main service area is this one. You could put a call to action in here. You could put a welcome message. It's very self-explanatory. I'm just going to add something so you can see how easy it is. On 5th Street. You could put some sort of a special in here. You could make it anything you want. Just click Save Options. Go to refresh. And now it says our awesome kindergarten school on 5th Street. Kindergarten is the perfect place for your children to play and learn. Pretty cool. You can change the number of services here. If you wanted to add more or take some away, that's very nice and easy. It makes it flexible. Obviously, these are dummy texts. So early preschool, high school, obviously not. I would change these to after school care. I would change this to, oh geez, I don't know. This isn't my thing. Weekend playtimes. It could be anything you want. And then obviously you just change the text here, click Save Options, go ahead and refresh. And now we have early preschool, after school care, preschool, weekend playtimes, and then you put whatever text you want in here just to show you how that works. Just change one. We'll just do 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Click Save Options. Go ahead and refresh. And that can be whatever you want. I am just going to copy and paste that so we get rid of this ugly dummy text. Click on Save Options. Refresh. And obviously you'd want to fill these out respective of whatever the actual service is. Next, there's a little portfolio section. This could be really cool if you want to demonstrate, how kids are having a good time, the things that they could learn, all kinds of different stuff. It's going to be in the Projects tab. And just like the services, if you just want to get rid of this section, click that box, click on Save Options. Now you have a nice clean home page that just has, a nice slider, a welcome message, or whatever you want it to say, and then the services that you offer. Either way, pretty simple. We're going to activate those. Click Save Options, refresh. So I want to make sure that you are... Let's change this message for the projects. Let's Okay, this is just something I came up with. I don't know if it's accurate for this business or not. See how much our kids enjoy their time here. Oops, I left off here. Featured projects and class schedules. And what we want to do is demonstrate that the kids are having fun. I'm going to use one of the images we've already uploaded. Click on Select. And let's just do preschool, if I can spell, preschool aftercare, our preschoolers, you get the idea. This could be pretty much anything you want it to be. I don't know what the best marketing angles are for daycares, but I would just put some images in here to show you how it works. And then you can fill out the descriptions and everything else later. Click on Select. Click on Save Options. Then scroll down and refresh. So as you can see, it's very easy to put images in here. If you had like, certain types of leisure activities or times of the week where you only did certain things, I would put those in here. And if there's any particular standout features of your particular facility, I would also list those here right on the home page. So before we waste too much time, I want to show you, I don't want to leave you with an incomplete tutorial that doesn't show you how to set up the rest of the site structure. This is very simple and you should be able to go back through here. If you need to, pause the video and redo some of the steps. But in less than an hour, you should be able to customize this. I mean, we have it 90% of the way done. You just have to change the text to match your particular childcare company. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is set up a specific set of pages. So I want to do a home page, an about page, a why choose us page, a care schedule, a blog, or at least we don't have to have a blog, but I want to show you how to set it up in case you want to use it, and a contact page. So to start, we're going to go into the dashboard again, and we're going to go to Pages, and we're going to add New. And we want to call this page About Us, and we just want to click on Publish. We're going to create all the pages now, and then I'll come back and show you how to fill them in. Also click on Add New again. We're going to select Why Choose Us. Click on Publish. Click on Add New again. Let's add Care Schedule. You can call this whatever you want. It could be Daycare Schedule. It could be whatever. Click on Add New again to add another page. We're going to add a blog page. This could be pretty cool. A lot of girls or a lot of women that run these type businesses have Facebook fan pages and things like that where they can blog about a lot of different events that they're having at the daycare, or featured kids of the month, or featured classes of the month, or whatever. And a blog area is a good way to integrate that. You'll also want to add a Contact Us page. And that's pretty much good for now. Next, we need to create a menu so that we can display these pages. Let's go to Appearance. Click on Menus. And we don't have any menus yet, so we're going to create one. Just click on Create Menu. And then we're going to call it Main Menu. On the right-hand side, click on Create Menu. Now we have to assign this menu to a location, so go to Manage Locations. And from the drop-down box, select the main menu and then click on Save Changes. Now once that's set, we need to go back to Edit Menus and then just go over here and do exactly what I do. Click on Select All, click on Add to Menu. It's going to put every single page that we just created on the menu. And go ahead and click on Save. Usually I don't do this, but I want to show you exactly how easy it is to reorder this. So if we go and glance at the home page right now, you'll see that now our menu is created and displayed right here. Now these are in a wonky order, so what I want to show you is how easy it is to change these. You just click here and drag them around. So we have About Us, we want Why Choose Us next, we want our Care Schedule after that, we want our blog after that, and we want Contact Us after that. Click on Save Menu. Now go back to the home page and refresh, and they're all in order and it looks super clean. The next thing that we need to do is set up the blog page. So if we go back to Appearance, if we go back to Settings and go to Reading, we can set a static page. Whoops, I forgot one. The one thing that we forgot to do is create a home page. Pages, click on Add New. Sorry about that. Some themes work differently than others. You don't always have to create a home page because it automatically knows that you do. So just create a home page real quick, go back to Settings, and then go to Reading tab, and then select the home page to be Home. Click on Save Changes, go back to the home page and refresh, and you should see the home page here. Everything should work great. Now, one thing that we're missing on the menu now is that home page particular entry because it didn't get added before. So check the box for Home, click on Add to Menu, and then drag that to the top of the list, click on Save Menu, and now it'll be nice and clean like we want it to be. Home, About Us, Why Choose Us, Care Schedule, Blog. Now we deleted all the blog posts, so let me show you how to make a dummy blog post. Just go back to the dashboard and click on Posts, click on Add New, and then we're just going to do Featured Children of the Month Club. And we're just going to put some dummy text in here. And I'm going to show you how to embed an image in a blog post, or a page for that matter. So just put the cursor wherever you want the image to appear. Click on Add Media. And we're just going to use an image that I already have. So we're going to use this one. We're going to scroll down. The alignment is going to be center. We're going to link it to nowhere. If you want it to link to a larger image, you just click on Media File, but we don't want to do that. And then we're going to select the size. So I want the size to be large, 670 by 272. And we're going to insert that into post, and it's set. Now the other thing that I want to do is set a featured image. So let's go ahead and select a featured image. A featured image is basically, for instance, if you go to my blog, cleverleverage.com, and you do a search, or if you just look at any of these posts, if you see the way the posts are laid out, this is a featured image. So if there's no featured image set, then obviously there wouldn't be one for that particular entry. Some themes display them, some themes don't, but I wanted to make sure that you know how to use it correctly either way. Now click on Publish. Now go back to the front end. We'll start from the home page and just click on Blog. And so now you can see this blog post. If there were multiple blog posts, it would be formatted differently in chronological order. There'd be one here and there'd be one here. This is the featured image that I was talking about. So if we click on this and it takes us to the individual blog post, this is the post that we made. Obviously it would be a lot longer if you had more pictures and content and everything else, but it's very cute. It's got the flowers and all these stars. I think this is very fitting for a daycare website. Now, next, what we want to do is go ahead and fill in each of the pages. So if we go back to the dashboard and click on Pages, keep in mind too, if this isn't professional, like if you want something that's really fancy, I'm going to do premium tutorials where you can buy premium themes and make it look super sharp, but it's going to take a lot longer than an hour, and you're also going to have to buy extra stuff. So usually when I do a tutorial for a particular industry, like for daycare, I'll do 2 or 3 daycare tutorials eventually. So in the next couple of months, I'll do a premium tutorial where we buy, a daycare specific theme that's not free. It'll probably cost $65 or $70, and I'll show you how to configure it and make some graphics, make your logo match, and do all that kind of stuff. But for most people getting started, I mean, this is good enough for you to get clients. You don't really need to spend a ton of money and do stuff like that. But later on, when you are making some cash and you do have a good client base, you can come back and upgrade the website. You can do a bunch of stuff. So I put advanced tutorials together for a lot of things like that, for every single industry possible. So if you're on Clever Leverage and you're looking at if you're looking for the demo URLs, if you just go to, if you just search like how to and then daycare website, once I make those, more of them will pop up in the search results. Or if you wanted to see what they were, it would be like daycare/premium. And those are the ones where it's not going to be free. You'll still have to buy the hosting account, but you'll also have to buy a website template and a few graphics and things. You'll probably spend about $100 on those. So for people that are looking to bootstrap and get something set up today, and it's super easy with no computer experience necessary, this tutorial is definitely for you. And then maybe later on you can come back and upgrade the website. You don't have to repurchase a domain name or web hosting account. All that stuff is the same. Just change the theme and some graphical details and things like that. So let's go ahead and finish this up. I just thought I'd throw that out there because a lot of people ask, hey Matt, do you ever come back and do advanced tutorials where you get a lot more in depth on how to change things? And the answer is yes. So the other thing that I want to show you about this is we're not seeing all the menu options. This toolbar toggle, click that and it will show you everything you need to see. So for About Us, what I would do is go ahead and talk about how you got interested in childcare. If you have kids of your own, was there a need in your particular city where there were not bad, but the childcare options or facilities weren't the greatest, and you wanted to, start a business to offer or to fill a need or whatever your story is, put that here in About Us and why you got started. We'll just do how we got started, then we'll add meet our kids, or let's call it them children. And then let me show you how to make these headlines. So we're going to make these H2, which will make them a lot bigger. And then just like before in the blog post, if you want to embed an image here, click on Add Media. We're going to upload a file this time because I don't like the size of these. So click on Upload Files, click on Select Files. We're going to go to wherever you have the images on your computer. In my case, they're going to be in my how-to section here. So I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to use this. We're going to set the size. I want to display it on the left-hand side. We're going to link it nowhere, and I want it to be a medium-sized thumbnail. Insert that into page. Click on Update. Now I want to show you what this looks like before we do anything else. So go to the About Us page and see how we got started, meet our children, and you should have a bunch of text in here, obviously. I mean, I'm not a daycare person, so so this is just an idea. And to make live changes, all you do is click on the update button and then go back and look at the front end of the site. And then if you wanted to style this, it's very easy. If you wanted to bold a certain section, it's just like using Microsoft Word. It's very easy. If we want to italicize this, or if you wanted to change the color of that particular word, we'll make it red. Click on Update. And I'm just going off the cuff here how easy this is to change. So now we've got red, now we've got bold text, and then now we want to put another image in here. Whoops. We're gonna move this down. Then we want to put another image under Meet Our Children. We're gonna upload files, and let's just put this one in there. And I want to make it big, so we're gonna go large, insert into page, update, go back, refresh, and perfect. So you can put whatever text you wanted in here. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to change what's in the sidebar, because you probably don't want all this ugly stuff. Go to Appearance, go to Widgets, and the sidebar right now has a search bar, recent posts, recent comments, and archives. This works exactly the same way as the menu system, and if you just start dragging these out of here, they will automatically be deleted. Now if you go back and refresh the page, those are gone. So if you don't want a sidebar at all, you can do it that way. What I want to do is put in recent posts, and we're going to call it Updates from the Blog. This is what a lot of businesses like this do. And click on Save. Now what that's going to do is put a recent post widget in there from the blog, and it will take us to the blog post that we made, and then it will be available on every page. So if you happen to have, somebody that updates your facility all the time, this is a great way to display that. Give parents the opportunity to see what their kids have been up to, or what have you. The other thing that is good to put in there is, for example, if you had a Facebook fan page, or if you had all these kind of things. An easy way to do that, let me show you how to install a plugin. Just go to Plugins, click on Add New. We're going to go to Simple Image Sidebar. Type that in, hit Enter. And this is the one that you want, Simple Image Widget. Just click on Install Now. Go to Activate Plugin. And now go back to the Appearance tab. Go to Widgets, and right here where you see the image widget, just drag that into the sidebar. Now we're going to type out "like us on Facebook," and we're going to select an image. Let me see if I have a Facebook image handy, and I do. We'll just put this Facebook thing in here, click on Update Image. We're not going to do full size. Oh yeah, we will do full size. We'll do open in a new window. And what you'd want to do here is type in your Facebook URL. So I'm just going to use mine. This would match whatever you have for this particular facility. Click on Save. Go back and refresh. And now we have a Facebook icon. It's going to open in a new page. When we click on it, it will take us to your Facebook fan page for your particular business. or your daycare. And you can duplicate this with Yelp. You can duplicate this with all kinds of things. We'll just click on close. Don't click on delete because it'll get rid of it. Just simply drag the image thing into here again. And let's just say you wanted them to rate you on Yelp. We're going to click on choose an image. Let me see if I have a Yelp image, and I do. People love us on Yelp. Click on update image. And I don't have a Yelp profile, so we're just going to do Amazon. I don't know what this is. Actually, let me check that and make sure it's appropriate. It's a short link for something. NAC, okay, yeah, it's one of my favorite supplements. So we'll leave that. Click on that, click on save. Once that's saved, go back and refresh. And now we have a little Yelp button. When people click on that, it'll take you to your Yelp profile, not Amazon. I just don't have a Yelp link. And so on and so forth. So it's very easy to customize the sidebar. It doesn't affect the home page at all, which is great. So that's your about page. Obviously, you're going to have a bunch of text in here. You're going to want to style this stuff however you'd like it to look. I'm not going to waste too much time on this because everyone wants to do it a different way. But you have the basic idea of how easy it is to put text and stuff in there. The Why Choose Us page, I would definitely put something in here that sets you apart for your competitors. I would do like the top 3 reasons to choose us, and I would make that an H1. And then I would do reason number 1, make that an H2. And I would just copy and paste those two. Reason number 2, reason number 3. And I would just do, you know, our dedication to the next generation of our community. I would do something really personal, like you know, kind of like that message, if it's good enough for our kids. Basically, you know, if our, you know, we design this for our own kids after school care or something like that. So if it's, you know what I'm trying to say, if it's good enough for us, it's good enough for you type of thing. So we'll just go ahead and click on update and see what that looks like. And you want to style this a little bit. What I would do is maybe change the color of this. So this is going to be yellow now. And then we'll make these, I mean, you might not like this. This might be a horrible color combination, but basically the idea is to get them to stand out a little bit. And you can put some regular text in here too. We've been awarded as the number 1 you know, whatever this stuff may be, to kind of obviously sell yourself. This looks terrible. I don't like I don't like that at all. Let's go ahead and center that up though. We'll make this text centered. We're going to change the color to amber. Let's see what that looks like. This is probably a hodgepodge of colors now. And we'll add an extra space in there. And then we also want to space these out a little bit. Click on update. It might not save the spaces for some reason, or not for some reason. Sometimes WordPress, if you don't actually have text, until you fill this out and write all your content, sometimes it does not save the spaces correctly. So since there's no content between reason number 2 and reason number 3, it's not going to save the spacing for us. But what I would recommend is just have a little blurb in here and then put an image, like a star rating or something like that. I don't have any of those handy, but what we'll do is put this in there and make it super small. Insert into page. So if you were awarded some type of award, you could put that right here and you could talk about it. I think that would be great. If you want to move that image around and make it, you know, where reason number 1 is, you just do that by clicking and dragging. Click on update, refresh. And now reason number 1 is your reward. It'll look a lot better by doing that. If you wanted to do the same thing for reason number 2, click on Add Media, do the Facebook dealio, and then make it small, insert into page, update, and you got a little badge there. Obviously, they need to kind of be the same size for the page layout to match. So in order to delete that, we'll just click on Remove, click on Update, and you get the basic gist. As long as you can lay out the pages correctly, all you have to do is fill in the content with the relevant information for your particular daycare. The care schedule is super easy. Most of these are typically bullet points, so anyone can come in here and update them. So it's just going to be a bullet point list, and it will, if you have different times on different days, like let's say you do Monday to Thursday is 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., but then Fridays are 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. or something like that. And Saturdays are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can easily put some hours in here, if I can spell. Click on Update, refresh. Now you've got some hours. If you wanted to embed like a fancy dancy graphic, which is what I would do, is add your media below. It's always a good idea for the search engines to be able to pick up your hours to add your details in image and text. Especially if you just use images, then you don't technically have any text on the page. It can be a good idea to do that both ways. We're going to center this up. We're going to make it large. We're going to insert it into the page. I'm going to click on Update. And it's that simple. Makes it look a lot better when you add some images, but you want to have good text. Next is the blog. So it's the same process whether you're doing a page or a post. The other thing is the contact page. If you wanted to have a contact form, the easiest way to do that is to go back to plugins, click on Add New, and go to the search box and just type in Contact Form 7. Hit Enter. Click on Install Now for Contact Form 7. Once it installs, click on Activate Plugin. And once you do that, you want to hover over, go to the Contact tab. The form that's here, we just want to edit. So click on Edit. And we're just going to call that Contact Us form. We're going to change the name. And then so right now, I just want to show you how it works first. Click on Save. Once you do that, you see this shortcode right here? We're going to take this shortcode, we're going to copy it. Now we're going to go to Pages. We're going to go to the Contact Us page. And right here, we're going to paste the shortcode. Now there's one important thing to note here. You must be on visual mode. If you go to the text mode, which is basically the straight code editor that I don't think most of you will use, this will not work. You have to be on the visual mode. You paste the shortcode, click on Update. Now let's go back and see what it looks like. And now you have a contact form on your page. So the other important thing to note is if you go to the settings page, this email address right here is the default email address for all administrators. So by default, the contact form page, unless otherwise specified, will send emails to this address. If you want to change that, you need to know how. I'm going to show you right now. Go back to the Contact tab, hover over the form that we just saved and click on Edit, and simply go to Mail. So if you want to specify a different address than the email admin address, what you want to do is enter it in here. So it would just be like Matt at, or your email handle, and then go down to the bottom and click Save. And then these messages from the contact form will now be sent to your email address that you specified there. So I think that pretty much concludes this tutorial. This is a quick way that you can easily set up a bootstrapped website for less than a few bucks a month. Like I said, if you go with Bluehost and you sign up for the 6 or 12 months, whatever the deal was, you don't even have to pay for the domain name outright. They give it to you for free. And this looks great. This looks good enough for you to get clients. You can easily change the text or the logo, whatever you want. You can have your own blog. I showed you how to do that. I showed you how to use widgets. I've seen websites from the 1990s where people have a thriving business. So this is light years ahead of what most people start with. And you can do it yourself for little to no money. So look out for the future. I'm going to set up a premium tutorial for daycare websites or for daycare owners that want to upgrade once you're up and running. If you have any other questions, comment below the video or find the page on my blog, cleverleverage.com, and let me know. I'll help you out the best I can. I'll see you next week for next week's tutorial of the week. Have a great weekend.